What is it, 30th? Like 10 o'clock? Something like that. If I have maliciousness, my maliciousness is a wind out of the sails sort of maliciousness. It's not a mean, I mean, it's mean, but it's not mean in a, there's like, take the wind out of the sails, air out of the balloon. That's a form of maliciousness, is it not? Whatever. So what else? Oh, you did a Manson joke earlier. And the Manson joke was about, it was about the internet. Take the internet away from, it's an 80-20 Pareto distribution joke about the internet. And how, in the 60s, there was, I'm not an expert on Manson, but my understanding of it is he was like a hippie. He was a bad guy, and then he ruined hippiness, right? That was kind of like what Manson did. He ruined hippiness, and then, so I was asking myself the question, like, why, how come the internet, the internet's very idealistic, right? It's everybody has a voice, and, so I was like, how come no one ever, like, Manson the internet, ruined, when I say Manson it, like, ruined it, right? Like, hippies are supposed to be like free love, why can't we all love each other, and then Manson kind of ruined it, so. The internet is supposed to be like, everyone shares their ideas and everyone's voice matters. There's going to be some Manson of the internet who ruins it. Or the other theory is that Manson was a creation of the CIA, right? That's a theory, right? He was created to destroy the hippie movement, right? So someone's going to be created to destroy the internet, which was, just a paranoid conspiracy theory I just made up. So it's kind of fun. I don't know which one. Could be either. So they're going to create a Manson for the internet, and then they'll take away, it'll be like an 80-20. 80% of people will have read-only internet. You can read the internet, but you can't write on it. 20% will be able to write on the internet. Which is like a Pareto distribution. Whatever. You idealistic hippie. 10 o'clock. It says 10, right? Collaborating. That sun collaborates with me. Yeah, I was thinking about this thing about like, I was in a bad mood. I was playing like ARAM, and I wasn't even reading the news or anything, and I got in a really bad mood, and now I feel cleaner for some reason. I don't know why. That's weird. Oh, well, so the idea was, what was the idea? The idea was, it's going to be, it was an anti-charisma rant. Because I don't like charisma. Charisma creeps me out, like when someone talks like you're supposed to know what the fuck they mean, and they don't explain it, but they just sort of talk to you like, you should understand what I'm saying just by the tone of my voice. It's pretty simple. It's not complicated. Just listen to my voice. It's very calming. So it's like an is it a cult joke? I mean, what is it a joke about? It's not a joke. It's a story. It's a joke. It's a cult. It's a story. I don't know. Oh, there was a, I didn't Google this, but I should have Googled this. There's a game called Streets of Rage, and in the game, I think it's like the mayor's daughter gets kidnapped, but the mayor in Streets of Rage is he's like a Brock Lesnar-esque character. He's like 7 foot tall, and he's, like 300 pounds, and he's like, 10% body fat. So, I think that's the story, or it's either that or the police commissioner. I don't remember. It's one of the two. And then I was thinking of this one story about, there was this person who was over 2,000 people that I saw one time, and the guy was like at a gym, and he could curl, not curl, but what is it where you put the thing over your head? It was like a 50-pound weight over his head. What do you call the, let me see, is there a light? Like, you probably can't see this, but it's like, like up and down. But he's like ripped. He was like 10% body fat. 2,000 people under him. And I remember thinking, at first I was like, that guy's cool. And then I started thinking about it. I was like, that guy's not going to be very good at his job because, statistically, the mayor does not look like the guy from Streets of Rage. He's probably some fat white guy. And that's what people want to be, though. They don't want to be like they don't want a 7-foot, mayor who can solve the problem themselves. It's a Streets of Rage joke, by the way. It's a video game. If you want to Google it or something. Whatever. But I was thinking of that one guy, the guy who's like over 2,000 people. He'd be in the gym, and I was like, at first I liked it, and then I started thinking about it. I was like, people don't like that shit. They like the fat guy, right? And that relates to what, charisma or something? I don't know. Yeah, charisma. You have the people who talk like you're supposed to know what the fuck they're talking about, even though, I can't tell what most of them are saying. So that's about cults and stuff. And then, because if I was going to make growth or movement, I have two ways of doing it. A, I could learn to be like, okay, why does charisma piss me off so much? Which is something it does piss me off, And then the other one would be, you could try and grow, or you could just accept that maybe you're right. Maybe charisma by its very nature is a deleterious thing. What does that word mean? Bad? It's a bad thing, right? Charisma is by its nature bad. Because it teaches, subservience, or it teaches, something like that, right? Oh, and then you were thinking about, whatever, it doesn't matter. Oh, the Christians. In Islam, had their whole, did they win in Iraq and Afghanistan? They won in Afghanistan, 100%. And then in Iraq, I don't know, did they win on that one? Maybe. I was thinking of, Islam is a religion of peace, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. And I was thinking, the Christians don't want to get one-upped by Islam, so they're going to be like, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Turn the other cheek, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Religion of peace. Same sort of thing, right? So, that's one of the thoughts. Because that one defense, not the Department of War, he's like a ultra right-wing nationalist Christian thingy. And I was like, he's getting 100 generals. So your paranoia is like, why are you so, you're an idiot. So, it's going to be, it's a one-ups game, it's a two males, who has a bigger dick sort of thing. Whatever. What else? I don't know. Manson. He tied somebody up, supposedly. I'm not a Manson expert, but the way I understand the story is he was just really charismatic, right? And a hippie. Terrible artist. The thing about charisma is you can be terrible at what you do, but you just do it even though you're terrible at it, and you do it like, you act like you're good at it, even if you're terrible at it. I am terrible at everything I do, but I pretend to be good at it, even though I'm literally terrible at everything I do. But I am a cult leader. I'm a narcissist. I'm a parody of charisma, I guess. I don't know. In Christianity, they have the idea, trust not in your own something or other, right? Which is, and be a good slave. That's in Christianity, right? So, here comes some fun shit coming down the pipeline. You know, because Islam is a religion of peace, and then, you know, it's going to be fun to see how this plays out. I mean, hopefully I get killed. I don't know. Maybe I'll just get killed off or something. Yeah, because I'm naive. I'm very naive. I'm always looking for a cult to join because I actually believe the words they say. And then you realize, you know, these cults, you know, they're just sort of... Once you realize the world is nothing more than charismatic liars, you know, the world becomes very weird. Osama bin Laden, very charismatic. You know, L. Ron Hubbard, very charismatic. You know, it's almost like I become paranoid around charisma. You creep me out, charismatic person. Interesting. Oh, this is that weird area where I need to plug the flashlight. Charisma is creepy. There's a good catchphrase. Charisma is creepy. Oh, you're wearing like a black sweater. You should. Why are you not wearing your yellow? I just grabbed one, and I'm actually hot now too. So I thought it was gonna be colder out here. I guess I'm gonna take it off. I think I have a tank top underneath, right? A parody of charisma. Talk calmly. Charisma. Mesmerize. Hypnotize. That's I never listened to that much System of a Down, but they do have a song called Mesmerize and Hypnotize. I've maybe listened to it like 3 or 4 times. It's okay. It's not bad, but it's, you know, I don't have a love affair with the song. You know. Let me put this down real quick and take this sweater off and throw it. Do you wanna hide it in a cachet or something? Do I have that shirt on right? You want to hide your shirt? No, I don't carry it. Could you get arrested if you like hid your clothes somewhere? That's kind of creepy, isn't it? It's creepy in its own way. Like those people in Russia, they go around looking in windowsills. They look for cachets for their meow meow. Kind of fun. I want meow meow. Want to go down here? See them creep up the cars. Manson as, so he's, because he was created, you know, there's the theory that he was created by the CIA or something. And someone's got to get rid of this fucking internet shit, because this internet shit, too many voices, you know, the human brain, you aren't supposed to have like 10 million voices, right? Is that a legitimate theory? Maybe. Read-only internet. I don't know, I'm just trying to come up with ideas here. It says the cult, 10 bitcoins. I offer you rue and woe. Do you want some rue and woe? Join my cult. I might say your name for 10 bitcoins. Rue and woe are all I offer. Rue and woe. Rue and woe. Rue and woe. Pull my thing again. What are you? Oh, you're just a arrow. Cult leader. I'm a cult leader. Secretly. Cult of one. That's a good one. Cult of one. Army of one. Cult of one. I don't know. Huh. He says, so make your entry cost so high, no one can join your cult. It's a smart play. Because then you don't have to be responsible for, the problem with cults is, technically is the cult leader responsible? Kind of. Hey, look, I didn't poison the punch. I just sort of hinted to drink the punch, and I sort of hinted to the other guy to put the stuff in the punch. It wasn't me. Funny. That's a Jonestown joke, right? Which, I don't know that story entirely. Was that in South Africa or something? Or where was that? Had a congressman get killed or something? Like in Jonestown, Africa? Because they poisoned the punch with cyanide or something. So be wary of cult leaders bringing you cups of punch. I do like punch, though. There is no free punch. All punch is, it's a free lunch joke, right? There is no free lunch. There is no free punch. There is no free punch. No free lunch, no free punch. I just want some free punch. I like Hawaiian punch, it's red and it's very satiating. Makes my tongue red. They did not use Hawaiian punch. I think they used, what did they use? Something. Kool-Aid. It was Kool-Aid. It wasn't Hawaiian punch, you idiot. And they used like off-brand Kool-Aid, right? It's don't drink the Kool-Aid. It's not don't drink the punch. It's don't drink the Kool-Aid, you idiot. Same thing. Punch and Kool-Aid are like 90% the same thing, right? No, they're completely different. Punch and Kool-Aid are completely different. How do you not know the difference between punch and Kool-Aid? And it wasn't even Kool-Aid, it was something else, right? It was like off-brand Kool-Aid. Funny. Is that a cop car? I think it was a cop car. I caught the second half of it. There were no, I never played. If I did play Streets of Rage, it was an arcade or something, right? Where there was just a bunch of gangs in it, right? It was like, there were no cops in that game. What the fuck, man? It was a whole city, and there's like 3 people trying to get the mayor's daughter back. What a stupid game, Like, not that I remember. I don't know. Did I ever play it? Was it? It's a beat 'em up, similar to like Battletoads or Beat 'em up, Double Dragon. I don't know. Whatever. Just a random. Oh, so one of the jokes he had was, you see the world, if you're a hammer, you see the world as like nails to hit. So I see the world as nothing but cult leaders because I'm I'm a cult leader, I guess. You just gotta, bribe people with stuff. And what do you want? What do you want? He had a dream about that one fella. It was an engine connected to a screw, like a screw is a, kind of like a transmission to, and then I think my hand I was scared my hand would get stuck in it, it'd break my hand, because there was a big screw connected to like a 5 or 10, it was at least a 5 horsepower engine, right? Probably 100. And it was like a screw, like a 6 or 8 inch screw connected to an engine. That was how the power was taken from the engine to the whatever the screw was connected. And then it had a disconnect to the screw, so you could disconnect the screw from the engine so that it would stop spinning. But you had to stick your hand near the screw to unconnect the screw power from the engine. I don't know. And there was that one comedian fella. I don't know what he was. And he talked about that one. What was? I don't know anything about that classical person. Who was the name of that person? It was some classical musician or something, right? What the fuck is that about? Did it start with a B? Started with a whatever. It doesn't matter. Do 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 do. Yeah, so you could do, if you're the CIA or something, you could do like a fake Manson and then get the internet taken down, right? Or change it. It probably has to be changed eventually. What else? I'm tired of hearing what people eat for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I don't actually go. I never actually spent that much time on TikTok, or I never watched that mundane stuff. But that's what the people watch, right? Like, I'm eating this for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, and then they show themselves mukbanging or whatever. So gotta stop those mukbangs and So I'm the crazy one because I'm tired of hearing, people what they eat for breakfast. I only want to hear big things. I don't want to hear about, pizzas or only big stuff, please. Because I'm lazy. I don't want to. You'd have to sort through the internet. Holy shit, that fucking hole. God damn it. Very funny. It was all planned. That was part of the joke. He lies and says that feeling of falling downward 6 inches kind of creeped him out, actually. That feeling. I don't do drugs. I do control. I do the drug control. And when I lose control, oh man, that's a bad. You ever had withdrawal symptoms from control? Holy moly, that's a bad drug to have. They say heroin is bad, and alcohol, yeah, bad detox. Holy shit. Not a good feeling to not be, in control. Huh. Nice. Nice catch there. I like how you segued that into the falling into the whole thing, which was all planned, part of the script. I got a script here. Nice. Yeah, it's way too hot to have this sweater. Were you gonna do that one joke about you could do your Eve Lawrence joke now. I googled Eve Lawrence. I spent like 5 or 10 minutes looking at her Instagram and stuff. Jewish now. Very interesting. That's Eve Lawrence is my she was in pornography in 2005 or 6. So she is I was gonna do this whole rant about pornography and how it's like terrible for people. I found out Alex Tanner died. I didn't know that. The female version, not the I think there's a male version of Alex Tanner, but the female redhead, very skinny. It was Cagnew Carter and Horace James. Raven Bay's dead. Who else? A lot of them. It's not good for the lasses. So what was the premise of that joke? The premise of that joke was Cagnew Carter. She opened up her third eye. At the end, she opened up her third eye. There's a poem I once read. It's called "Beasts Bounding Through Time," and it's about artists, the tragic, it's a romanticism of the artistic persona. The Hemingways, whatever. It's a poem about that, and so I'm trying to bring it down. I'm trying to take the air out of the bag. Cagnew Carter, artist, 1,000 scenes. She did 1,000 pieces of art. She would do her art, and after she was done with her art, she'd feel very empty. See, she was a porn star, so it's a porn star joke. Because she took cocks for a living, right? So third eye, something. She did the Hemingway one, right? Whatever. Can you make this? I think you can make this. So it's a hot air out of the artist's bag. The hot air of an artist bag. Why did you bring a sweater? It's way too fucking hot. Let me see if I can do this better. Eve Lawrence is now Jewish. That's cool, I guess. Poor lady. Raven Bay, drug OD, I think. Not as cool. Eve Lawrence is better. You could tell Eve Lawrence had that, had more of an independent streak. I think Raven Bay was just like a drug lady. But Eve Lawrence was, supposedly, she thinks she had she thought she was like a genius. And that's what I was, because you could half see it in her eyes, but then on the other hand, you can't be in porn and be smart, right? No offense, Eve Lawrence. The very fact that you were in porn means you were probably stupid, so. Poor lady. Remember how, okay, never mind, that's a weird joke. It's a Solomon joke, right? Whatever, doesn't matter. Funny. Funny. What else you got? Anything? You had a dream. You went walking last night. You're uploading that right now. It's like 4 gigs. And you did the one little thing about the the cult. That'll upload that after. I'm gonna upload the cult thing and then I'll upload this after, because this is like an apology. It's an apology thing, right? It's a apologetics, because it doesn't sound that bad. It's just give me 10 bitcoins. When was that street? Was that a 90s game? Huge disclaimer, I'm only making references to culture and media. I'm not endorsing any culture or movie or anything. It's just meant to be I didn't even know there was a story to it. I think I saw it at an arcade once. I remember I remember there was a big guy. That's the only thing I remember. There was like a ninja, looked like a Ryu, and I think there was a lady. That might have been Streets of Rage 2 though. I don't even know. I mean, from my youth or something. I know in hindsight, I saw Laura once of, her name is Sonia Blaze or something, or something Blaze, right? That's the only reason I know about it is Laura. Interesting. And then I maybe watched a YouTube video on it one time because just out of curiosity, I was like, what is that about? So that's the great thing about the internet. You can learn about things you have no reason to know about. The whole history of Streets of Rage, something I played for 20 minutes probably in my life, and I watched like probably an hour-long YouTube video on it. That was enlightening. 30 minutes, it was probably 30 minutes. I mean, I don't. Something about was it Mortal Kombat or Street Fighter? They were hooking up T1 modems to Street Fighter, right? Having people try and play Street Fighter over T1s in '96. Interesting. I mean, you're kind of doing a Manson joke because the whole premise is, what would you know if the only thing you knew was what you looked at in the world, what would you know? Then it's like I know about, they put T1s on a Street Fighter 2 or something, or was it Mortal Kombat or Street Fighter? It was Mortal Kombat. They tried this was back when a T1 would cost a couple $100. This was before cable, this was 200 KB a second probably. Remember that? DSL and 56K and cable. Cable came into town. It was like $50, $60 a month. Man, cable is so awesome compared to 56K. Giggity giggity, that's some good shit. Oh, so this is because there was he was humming that System of a Down song. So the people who are more connected to the culture are the lefties because they're looking for a culture to right? Is that a thesis? I don't know. I'm just trying to come up with theses. Yeah, your righties don't even change. They stay the same, right? They're consistent. The old Bush. Remember the Bush? Don't flip the boat to flip. I don't know, wasn't that Bush, right? Don't flip-flop. Not boat flip, flip-flop. Don't change your mind on anything, said the great philosopher George Bush. And then you have that, which would be conservatism, right? They know the answer to everything 10,000 years ago. And then the other answer is just complete and utter anarchy of just experience and no grounding? I mean, what would you call it? The meaning of life extrapolated from the video game Streets of Rage. What does it mean? Yeah, there were no cops in that video game, right? I mean, from what I remember, it was just a bunch of gangs and a mayor that looked like Brock Lesnar going around beating up stuff. So, he was the mayor, right? Yeah, so there was like a guy, he was like over 2,000 people. He was ripped as shit, but he was like 5'5", I think. Like, I don't think he was over 6 feet. So was he overcompensating for his lack of stature with, yeah, because he probably would have had like 20-inch. He was a ripped little fucker. Bald. He'd do like a 50-pound over his head. Here's a light. Like this, not. I never even did that exercise in my life. So, you know, that's kind of cool, right? What do you fuck you call that? You know, I can do curls and I can do bench presses. Those are the only two I ever did. I mean, I know, okay, I did, there's the upward incline, you know, bench press. I guess I did that. And I did the what is it called? Is it called a butterfly? Why do you do butterflies? What's the advantage of a butterfly? I never did it with that much weight. It was always like, you know, 50, 100 pounds maybe. I was never like trying to, I can butterfly over 400 pounds. I don't know, do people, what's the world record for butterflying? I can't bench press very much, but I can butterfly over 500 pounds. That's the one where you do like this, right? It's a butterfly, right? Says the person who has not lifted a weight in like a week or two. Oh man. Hey, at least it's a towel. The sweater is a towel for my face. In the 80s, wasn't that like The Warriors? That was a gang movie, right? About subways. So there's two theories I have. Like, one is the elites know that there's the fundamentals. The fundamental is like, you know, like how fast can you run, or, you know, the fundamentals, things that are like fundamental, right? They know the fundamentals are bad, so now it's going to get all weird because they don't want to share the fundamentals anymore. So it's going to get weird, I think. So if people find out the fundamentals are bad, the sheep will be agitated. The flock will be nervous. So they will keep them distracted with, you know, the Warriors and Streets of Rage and, you know, distractions. It's, You had a joke about Vince McMahon is actually the secret runner of all politics. And, you know, Triple H is like his enforcer? Was that funny? Not really. Just a stupid thought. He has a mustache. He looks like a Mexican now or something. Like a French mustache? Like a pencil mustache or something? I don't know. Guy was a genius, though. I mean, he literally, whatever, he's kind of a jerk from what I hear, though, too, though. So, you know, jerk, but he put WCW out of business, you know, so that's good, I guess. I don't know. Drawn on pencil mustache. Oh, I had this joke. I was like, I need NPCs and drones. I gotta get some NPC. And then I had one. I was like, I've got HKs flying in the air with plasma rifles. I don't, but I mean, I need to get some HK drones that fly overhead with plasma rifles. You know, because you can't go around beating up everything. You got to have like drones to do that shit. Like an HK drone, or, you know, the mayor in that game should have had like a, you know, some thugs, police, I don't know, whatever. So Was that a 90s or an 80s game? Yeah, so arcades used to be like a big deal. They used to have one here. And now they don't matter, I guess, because of Xbox, and NBA Jam was a big deal, and Mortal Kombat. Now there are no arcades. I did not Google, what do they call that rum shit? Did you ever Google that? You should have Googled what they call rum in the Royal Navy. I forgot to do that. You want to go up here? You want to go up to like Walmart? Do you have time to go to Walmart? 10:40, you don't have time. Mm-hmm. 10:38. 10:38 and 35 seconds. 36 seconds. Mm-hmm. 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 Mm. What else? I got another, man. That's Oh, I had a really good Zoe game because they changed ARAM, so there's 3 maps in ARAM now. One of them has a cannon. One of them has a teleporter, and one is the classical map. I think they rotate them on you. The one with a cannon is advantageous for Zoe because you can pop your bubble through the wall. Man, I got so many fucking bubble hits on that game. I was bubbling like a motherfucker. I probably had 3/4 hit chance on my bubbles. Fuck yeah, that was some good shit. Bubble away. The funniest is when you hit them with a bubble and they still flash and then you still kill them. That's the funniest. Because the bubble puts them to sleep. Makes them take more damage, and then you can, but they get hit by the bubble and then they flash and they still go to sleep. And you still get the, the Mr. Sandman sort of thing going on. Kind of hilarious. It's poor. Was it Graves? Who did that? It was like Graves or poor fella. Was it Ash? I don't even know. I know there was a Graves. Was there a? Who's the one who has the feathers? Was it her? Huh. I think those are bots. I think that they probably started making bots in that game. It would not surprise me. I've seen people play that game, and you can tell they're a bot because they don't even try. They just go up to the line, and then they, I think they're trying to get levels or something. The really scary thing is when you won't be able to tell the difference between the bots and the people. That'll be, mamma mia, that's going to be a scary. Then the bots will probably be better at humans pretty fast, Humans, it's what was the big famous game of chess against, Deep Blue against fucking Kasparov or something? Faker versus Deep Blue. He probably already loses. Technically, he probably would already lose to a perfect input-output bot. He's the Michael Jordan of mid lane League of Legends, right? Michael Jordan versus a bot. Remember that movie Space Jam? They have Space Jam, and instead of using like humans, they took the human powers and they put them in the Martians? Why didn't they just make it robots? It's kind of stupid. Yeah, I shouldn't have brought this sweater. And it's black. You'll get hit wearing. People think you're a thief. I have a black hoodie. I'm a thief. What does your hoodie say about you? I'm a thief because I have a black hoodie. Here's a, so they're going to do that shit at 10? Probably 10, 11, 10. Games, stop the games. Stop the presses. Kirkland's, what do they sell? House shit? Is it like a Brookstone? What is it? Delta? Boring. Brookstone was like they sold like massagers. They used to have that, remember those like bookshelf thingies that you put like, it was like gemstones, and they had, remember those needle things? You put your hand in the needles and it would replicate your hand in the needles or something? They weren't needles, they were like metal pins or something. Sale. Are they going out of business? What are you? You're what sort of sale? Final sale? Super sale? Weekly sale? Monthly sale? Winter sale? Saturday? Storage? Store wide sale. What do you have in there? Like furniture? Looks like furniture. Very looks modern. Looks like that white minimalist chairs. Is it called? It's not brutalist. Brutalist is concrete. What's that one chair where it looks weird because it's not designed the right way? It doesn't have the. It's like a Nazi chair. I don't even fucking. I'd have to look that up now. Modernist. It's like a '60s chair. Remember how they had the eggshell chair? This one was like, it was shaped like an S, right? It was like an S chair. I don't know, let me look at this real quick. A deep analysis of Kirkland chairs. The stool, the chair, the stool. I want some chicken. Gotta want some fucking chicken. So it's a furniture place. Right? It's like a painting, some 50% off, something. Fat. What? Fall. And Halloween. There's some bird cages. Some dining stuff. Yeah, GameStop. People don't even buy games anymore off GameStop. Don't they just go on the one thing on the internet or something? You're a GameStop. Babbage's? Yeah, you're out of ideas, man. You're fucking out of ideas. Cigars and mushroom gummies. Mushroom gummies? You mean I can overpay for some mushroom gummies? They're just like normal gummies, but they're in the shape of a mushroom, and they don't get me high? I'll take them. Taking my money. Here's my. You don't have any cash on you, do you? If I had cash, I could like put cash and I could be like, take my money. Here's a Tesla charger. They charge Teslas. Look at those big thingies. Those things take. How many amps do they put out? You should look into that. I think it's like a 240 amp or a 120. Is it a 120 by itself or is it a 240 by itself? So each one of those can put out like 240 amps or something? 120 is normal, right? And then, or is it volts? I'd have to go look into that now. Now I have to. It's a lot of amps, right? Because amps are is how many. It's how much atoms of water. If electricity was water, it's how much water is going through. It's the amps, and then the other ones are all just derivations of the amps, I think. Or Hmm. Hey, you forgot to look up what the rum was called. Rum is called blank. Sugar and rum, I wanna get drunk. Dee-da-doo-dee-da-dee-doo-dee-da. What is that on top of his truck? It's a big truck top surfboard thingy. Is it on? I'm not gonna. Is it styrofoam? Almost looks like it would hold a gun or something. I don't know. Nah, it's not long enough. Doody da da dee doo. Doody dee da dee da dee doo. Doody da da dee doo. There's the moon. What is the moon? It looks really close. Why does the moon seem closer and farther? Does it actually seem farther? How do you measure something? You could put like a tape measure. You could stand in the same spot and then measure it. Be like, it is 1 point. It's point something inches from so far from your face or something. I don't know. Maybe that would work. 10 bitcoins, please. I just need 10 bitcoin. It's 110,000 per bitcoin now. Wow. I googled that last night. I did not know that. I remember when it was like 10, and then it was like 20, and then it went back down to like 10, and then it went back down to like 4 or 8. 110. I wonder what the max was. You kids and your bitcoins. Get a Bitcoin joke? Bitcoin corrupts and Ethereum corrupts absolutely. He thought that was funny. I don't remember how he thought that was funny. Bitcoin corrupts and Ethereum corrupts absolutely. It's supposed to be a... I don't think that works. Doge corrupts absolutely. I don't know. You just change the currencies around and... Is that water? Looks like water. Or a liquid. It's a carnival of shoes. It's a shoe carnival. Carnival. Verizon. Chipotle. Are they still open? You can get a Chipotle. You want a Chipotle? You want to do another Chipotle and eat the Chipotle? It'd be a Chipotle. It'd be go in your belly. And it'd be like meat and chicken and rice and beans and you want to get a Chipotle, buddy? Buddy, you want to get a Chipotle? You want to get a Chipotle, buddy? I'm thinking about it. I am thinking about it. You have your wallet on you? You see, do I have my wallet on? If I gave your wallet on you. La-di-da, la-di-da. A huge disclaimer, when I was talking about the movie Collateral, that guy was a nihilistic assassin, so he's not a heroic character. And Manson was not a hero either, but I think they've turned him into a 10, and I think he was like a 7 or an 8. of bad. I think they added a couple numbers to him, but I think he was bad, but he wasn't like, I think they added numbers is my gripe with the Manson system. The Manson, is that like dog food? It smells like dog food. I just feel water in my boot. It smells like dog food back there. It's like bird food? What else is open? Chipotle? They're closed now. It's like 11. 10:53. If you ran over there, you could maybe get one. McDonald's, are they open? Maybe. You have some bread, you can make a chicken sandwich. Cans of chicken. McDonald's. If you ran to Walmart, I don't think I could make it to Walmart in 7 minutes, man. I'd be all sweaty. And then I'd have like 2 minutes left to get something. Pass. And my feet would hurt, and I'd be all, Huh. Oh well, so there's a CIA plot to destroy the internet using a Manson-esque internet figure, and then they'll demonize the whole internet, and they'll turn the whole thing into like 80% read only, and it'll be kind of funny. I called it. I have no evidence. I'm just throwing random ideas out there and hoping one of them sticks. I called it on September 30th. Something 2025 at 11-ish. Some Halloween faces. Fall flavor. What's that, like a tea? Green tea? What do you got for me? You got Florence. What? Pumpkin? How'd you get pumpkin? Pumpkin roll, cinnamon roll, pumpkin blondie, boo raspberry, blood orange, strawberry, bruschetta. Bruschetta? What's a bruschetta chelada? Your golden arches broke. Bruschetta chelada. Bruschetta chelada. Bruschetta chelada. What the fuck is that? Is that a real cemetery stone? Did someone already die here? Okay, so it's not a real cemetery. Someone died there. I was like, no one died there. You can see if the dead people put the the little memorial stones and shit. On this day, that's a pretty slow area. It'd be hard. Pedestrian death. Try our new McCrispy strips. So they're like chicken strips, but they're not. They had nuggets when I was a kid. They were like nuggets. They're like fish sticks. So they're like chicken tenders now. So that's a higher grade, right? Child. Are they open? I'm kind of hungry. Those wraps were never bad. They had the chicken tender wraps. McDouble. I want to McDouble for $1. But they're like 2 for $4. Fuck you. How about $1.50? I'll do $1.50 for a McDouble. How about that? Two for $3. That way I can buy 4 of them for $6, right? That'd be an okay deal. 4 for $6. 4 for... How much is it now? Oh, it is 2 for $3. You idiot. Is it 2 for $4 or 2 for... I forgot now. They have like a fake deal. They have a deal, which is a deal, but it's a terrible deal. It's like buy one, get one for $2 or $1. So they end up being like $2 each, right? And I want them for $1 or $1.50. I'll take them for $1.50, please. There's a cop SUV. Not that. Do 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 do. 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 Yeah, you have like 10 small 2-minute ones you never uploaded. You always forget to upload those because they're nerve-wracking. You know, you can't. It's too individualistic. Whereas a 2-hour one, you can throw any joke you want. Then you just hide it behind a mass of garbage and it's too selective. Do 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 Bitcoins is a mil. 1.1 mil. Wow. Nice. Imagine in like 10 years, 20 years, a Bitcoin's gonna be like a mil or something. That'd be kind of funny. Do not ask me why people think Bitcoin has value. I don't know. It just does. It's like Sky. It's like Bethesda. It just works. I don't know. Don't ask me. It just has value. It's a stupid Skyrim joke. I don't get it. Gas pipeline. Red thingy. What yellow thingy? Not red. That thing's got gas meter thingies on it. You can read the pressure of the gas. I wonder how much like electronic, like Bluetooth, readers are for those things. You think they just have like electronic readers everywhere? And they wouldn't have to read it by hand. They probably have that. That's just like, they didn't take the old system off. It's probably what it is. Yeah. Wow. What the fuck was that? Did you have some healthcare joke? What was that healthcare joke? Lotteries. It was a lottery joke. You had a lottery joke and you had a casino joke. What was that about? Cult. You need a cult. You need a nice cult. You can either start a cult or join a cult. The advantages of starting a cult versus the advantages of joining a cult. Are you tired of getting ripped off by cults? Have you thought about starting your own cult? I've got your own cult that's, it's like a how-to guide. How to create elaborate rituals and, ceremonies and, Yeah, the black sweater still has it had a cool thing. It had a cool thing written on it. It said, "I'm not your buddy friend. I'm not your friend, pal." It was the South Park one. It was like 3 of them, and then it came off from the wash. So now it's just a black sweater. So that's kind of lame. I have a T-shirt. There used to be a website called Style Project, which was like an early porn site / gore site / this porn gore shock humor, kind of a shock, maybe gore porn. Maybe like, it was those two probably. I used to have a shirt of that. That shirt's like, very little of it is left, like 1/8 of it. You can't even tell it was a Style Project shirt, which is kind of lame. Now it's just a black sweater with a hoodie. Black hoodie with, some like marks in it. Poor wax hoodie. My Style Project shirt, I don't wear that one because I'm not going to wash it anymore. I refuse to ever wash it again. I shall remember you, Style Project. A porn and gore site. So do not go there. That's what it is. It's a porn and gore site. That's what it was back in the old days. Goatee, remember Goatee and Tub Girl and Lemon Party? 2 Girls, 1 Cup. That was like a 2012, 2011 thing, right? Goatsy. What are you? This wreck of a pink battery pack thingy. Do 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 do. Yogurt, I could eat some yogurt. Is there anything? Crystals might be open. If they are, I want some chili. I want some chili cheese fries. That'd be delicious. $10 Bitcoins. Damn. Gotta pull that one off somehow. 10 Bitcoins. And what else? Barbecue, they're closed. Do 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 do. Dee da do, dee da do. Dee da dee da dee da do. Needs to be colder. I think I'd feel better if it was a little colder. The heat is not good. It's not that hot, right? Charleston. This is Alabama. This isn't fucking Carolinas. Where's Charleston? Is that Northern South Carolina or something? Charleston, North Carolina? South Carolina? Is that in Monopoly? Is there a Charleston place? Taco Bell's probably open at like 1, right? When was the last time you ate a Taco Bell? 10 years? I don't even know. Shit, I don't want to eat a Taco Bell. Is that red? Is it gonna be green? Who's gonna be green first? Who is green? Are they all red? Okay, that one's green. He's going left, so I guess I can go. Steakhouse? Yeah, you're trying to act like you've seen it. Come on, you can't pull that off, right? Oh, yeah, that one joke where it's like, how many times can you look at something and go, wow? It wasn't wow, it was, What was it? It was, gee golly, it was like gee golly. And then you realized after you made the joke in your head that it was a joke someone already else had made. Like a gee golly joke or a, how many times can a person say gee golly? At a certain point, you're like, are you just an idiot? You can't say gee golly. At a certain point, right? You have to have... What was it? It wasn't gee golly, it was like, gee golly. What was that joke? How did it go? How did you get there? Because you figured out that it was someone else's joke, but you didn't realize it was someone else's until you went backwards, and it was like, okay, it came from there, right? Gee golly. Wow, there's that wow meme, right? Wow. Wow. That would relate to what? Something. Is that a Toy Story thing? The green aliens? Are they like wow? Oh, it's not that. It's not that. But it's something else. You wanna go back Mall Road? I'm hungry, man. I'm gonna go back early. Fuck that shit. Some food. Wow. You go down and look at the The dealership, though, the robot voice going, "Get the fuck off our property." Because it would still be early enough that they'll get a bunch of hits. It's like 11:15 or 11:30. 11:18. That's a quarter. Wouldn't pick up a penny, but I'll pick up a quarter. Quarters, that's 1/4 of a 20-minute phone call. 10, 10, 220. You're still down like $10 because remember you found the $10, but then you lost the 20. So I think you're down $9.75. Plus the shoes, plus the calories you ate. But you got some golf balls and you got some tennis balls. So does that count for anything? Like $4, you got like 2 tennis balls and a golf ball. Little Easter bunny, white thingy, plastic. That's worth like 50 cents. What else? You threw away the wrappers, and then you got a $100 Argentinian note, which is worth like 10 cents. Because of hyperinflation, I guess. Not even worth 10 cents, probably. It's probably worth like a penny. Clarity of thought. Do you have any clarity of thought? I got a little, maybe some. And to get better or worse, is your clarity of thought higher or lower? I don't know. Probably both. Neither. A little bit of both. What was that one? Da-da-da, priceless. Remember that was like an ad. They probably still have that. I just don't watch TV. Da-da-da-da, $100. It was like a credit card commercial, right? $50. $100, priceless. It's a credit card commercial, right? Migrant. What the fuck is a migrant? Waffle House is open, you can eat there. Get a belt, buddy, get a belt. Very childishly, amusingly cheesy. Get a belt. Get a belt. They were starting to laugh for some reason. He's trying to think of like fancy ways of being obfuscatious. So it's like a, oh, never mind, it doesn't work. Obfuscatious, is that a word? Could be. To obfuscate, and then acious. So acious just means like, what does acious mean? Acious means, I say like precocious, but the act of being something. Yeah, I need some food. Food. I don't need it, but your stomach's not even rumbling. You just want food. I want food. I want some chicken tenders, or some a burrito, or some McDouble. Eggs. I want an omelet. Some eggs, an omelet. I want some Jiffy Pop, some Jiffy peanut butter. I want some. Interesting. Are you sunglasses or are you glass? Are you the back of a tail thingy? Oh, so a bunch of Coke. Was it 1 million pounds, or what was? There's some number being thrown around. 1 million pounds, right? Was it 1 million pounds of Coke seized? Sir, Mr. Trump, this is unacceptable, sir. That was funny, right? Because it's a running joke where you take something everyone is for, which is the seizure of drugs, and then you say, how dare you? There's a lot of narco money. That's probably bad. The drug money goes to they're probably not nice people. But on the other hand, you're taking drugs out of the noses of hard-working Americans, sir. So, either way, you can go either way with that one. Is it 1 million pounds? So it's like 500. Is it 500,000? You should have looked it up. I thought it was like 1 million or something, or some big number. That's a lot of Coke. Or was it the value of the money? They were bragging about something, right? A lot of drug seizures, and then 4 ships. Mr. Gorbachev, inhale this up your nose. Nope. I wonder what the drug situation was in USSR. They probably had the heroin from. I'm gonna make it big. I'm gonna put, after 10 years, you can get a car in 10 years. In the Soviet Union, if you put the money down, and then 10 years you get the car. So you go do some coke and you're like, yeah, I'm gonna get a car in 10 years. Fuck yeah, you play like 80s music and shit. And you had to have the money before you put the, man, that was a shitty place to live in terms of like getting a car. Holy moly. I wonder if that can't be a true, is that a 100% true story, or is that just like for certain cars? There was also a used car market probably. So if you wanted a new car, you had to put the money down. But you could buy a used car probably, or. I don't know. You think it's bad here? At least you didn't have to wait 10 years to get a car. I mean, but they all probably lived within the city limits of shit and could walk. Are they bicycles? I don't even know. That's a good question. Mr. Gorbachev, sniff this up your nose. So that was a macro story, right? The narrative story of, I don't know, man. What are you fucking with here? Humans are connected to stories. There's the cyclical. What is the cyclical one from high school? There's the. Is it cyclical or is it a circle? And then there's, what does that connect to? Something. An in-depth. I'm doing an in-depth investigation into the modern human condition. I'm being paid for by George Soros, actually. Nice. That's a good one. You gonna turn here? I think so. I'm hungry. Ish. Hungry-ish. Hungry-ish. A cult IPO. Initial public offering. A cult IPO. Do you want to get in on the ground floor of a cult? Woe and what's the other word? Woe and row, go, mo, joe, whoa. What was the name of that drink? Mojito? Chocolito? Harabido? Chilado? Woe and row? Woe. It's woe. I know woe is one of them. And then, rue. Was it rue and woe? Rue and woe. I think it was rue and woe. get turn here? I think so, young Skywalker. Skyhopper. See your zipper up. It is halfway up. It's 3/4 up. It's up enough. Always double check your zipper. When in Rome, double check your zipper. Let me put this down real quick. Let me go all the way up with this thing. Is there a place I can stick this down? Yeah, it was all the way up. I mean, it's like, won't go up any higher. Feels like it should go up higher, but it won't. Because of something. I don't know, like a slap? Is it like a slap? Or, Can I make this? Yes, I can. Rue and woe. Rue and woe. A cult of rue and woe. Is rue like ruin? Is it the same word? And then woe is like regret, I think. I googled woo, row. Rue. Woe. I don't know, something. They're just bad words right there. You're just purposely choosing woo and woo, whoa, rue. A cult, a new cult. For 10 Bitcoins, I will flip a coin. The quarter I found in my pocket. I didn't find it in my pocket. It's in my pocket. I found it on the street near Lowe's or Home. Is it Home Depot or Lowe's? It's the blue one, right? The blue one is Lowe's. The orange one is Home Depot, right? So it's Lowe's. It's a scratched up quarter. I will flip the coin, and you have a 50-50 chance of me. So I'll say, a word or something. If you give me 10 Bitcoins, 10 Bitcoins a word, you get a 50-50 chance of, saying a word in your direct. See, it makes the cost so high, no one's gonna see thinking ahead, Then again, then you can, what if someone had enough Bitcoins, to like, I think you have to say like uh-oh, that's not good. 100 Bitcoins, you could get theoretically 10 words, but statistically 5. 10 Bitcoins. It's a good one. Are you a Westworld NPC? Someone's putting this shit in your mouth, right? Yep, I'm an NPC from Westworld. Here to be... Very meta. If you had dedication to your craft, you get like really swole. I need to get really swole. So I would take dedication to my craft. Whatever. How swole do you think you could get? How swole can you get, little buddy? Or do some like iron mics or something? Fuck yeah, that'll fuck you up. What are they called? Scott Hall? Last call, Scott Hall. Call them choo-choo thingies, the choo-choo trains? That's I don't know. Last call, Scott Hall. $147. Look at that charger, the battery charger in, man. Gonna run out. Little buddy. Little buddy, little buddy. That would explain that. $85 each. What are those? Are those speeding detectors with cameras? What are they? They must be speeding thingies with a camera somewhere, right? They make money off of that shit? Money, 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 money. Disposable. What's a disposable? Oh, yeah, so disposable. CBD pipe, salt, tobacco needs. Cool LED. It's an LED of coolness. Oh. You're thinking of a silly joke. It's a good one, actually. I kind of like that one. I'm going to keep that one in my back pocket, though. It's so silly, I'll keep it in my back pocket. What if you could pull that off? I don't think you know what it takes to pull that off. A market house joke? Do they have the little motion detectors? They got some of them. Is it a camera? It's on the bottom. Powered by something. The fuck? That's a big thing. It's a dog, right? Am I hallucinating that? Just sitting there looking at me? Looking at something. Mm-hmm. Let me get my flashlight out real quick. Just in case a car comes, I can grab my flashlight and jump into the... without killing myself, because, you know, it'd be like, I don't know what's down there. If a car comes, I gotta be able to go left quickly. Starting a cult, 10 bitcoins, starting a cult, 10 bitcoins. I got a sale, 20 bitcoins. I guarantee one word. I'll name drop you. I'll be like, Bob gave me 20 bitcoins. It's a sale. 30 bitcoins, and you can have more than 3 syllables. More than 3 syllables. Nice. A master of pomp and ceremony. You too will learn to create your own pomp and ceremony in the new cult. It's a cult, how-to cult seminar. Kind of like a seminar. Okay. Come on down to Gulf Shores. You will learn to make your own cult. We will teach you how to do pomp and ceremony. Create large and pompous terms. Pompous? What does pompous mean? It's a negative connotation word, like pompous. I mean, it's normally like pompous asshole or pompous, like full of themselves, right? Is it full of itself? Pompous? Pompous, pompous, pompous. Huh. What does pompous mean? It's like a full of itself. Yeah, I think I can put my flashlight away. I can switch hands. And then and my water's in my left hand. My phone is in my right. Oh, that's better. So I was getting a cramp in my left elbow. Now it is hanging down straightwards, and it's holding water. So the water is, weighs maybe, I don't know. I guess it's 20 ounces. I guess 20 ounces of water. I mean, if it's full, so it's probably like 16. Probably 16. Probably drank a quarter of it. Let me drink some just to double check. Let me flashlight it real quick. Let me double check this fucker. Oh yeah. Oh. Interesting. I only had like a fifth of it, maybe a sixth. It's missing like 2 or 3 ounces. You pompous jackass. It's a da 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 da. Reactionary? Huh. Never thought of it like that. I just thought of the term, because there's this idea, some people just don't move and they only move when other people move. And that'd be like reactionary, right? Because they themselves do not move. They just react. Am I reactionary? Huh. Am I reactionary? Proactionary, reactionary. Proactionary, reactionary. Okay, so there's this one joke I once heard from someone. It was like, so this is what, da 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 da. And I was thinking, so what would the opposite of that be? Because you're starting with the assumption that people feel reality the same way. What if that was your assumption mistake? Huh. That could be. Huh. So how do they feel? This. That could be an interesting way of trying to look at it. How do they feel it? Because your system is this one system. Their system be the system of what would it be like? swole can you get, man? You never did do any of them push-ups, did you, buddy? Nope. 9 Mein Führer. Mein Führer is my new name for myself. Mein Führer. You can do like a Mein Führer. Is it like an ego, id, superego thing? Like you could do like Mein Führer is the ego or the id. Mein Führer, id. Interesting. I don't know if it works. You put a mustache on your id? Huh. Mein Führer. Mein Führer. You're going to turn into the very thing you hate, artificial and fake. Because you're doing, because you haven't done the Hitler joke yet. You still haven't posted the Hitler joke with the one about, like Hitler is George Washington and Barbarossa is like Jefferson's, Louisiana Purchase, and then the Indians are like the Jews. It's succinct, right? It's a kind of interesting interpretation of a historical set of events, right? The kind of shit you get on your TV. ARAM. I'm gonna go play ARAM. All random, all mid. I was thinking this one thing, you know how like they were talking about there's like a culture of violence, but isn't there always like a culture, like a hidden culture of violence? I mean, right? I mean, isn't that the old Wild West days? Wasn't there like a culture of violence? You know, it's not anything new, right? Or is it? You know, back in the 50s, there was like gangs and shit. In the 40s, 30s, 20s, 10s, there's always been like a culture of violence, hasn't there? You know, I was thinking of like, I wouldn't go on someone's property, not because like I respect them, it's just like they're legally allowed to shoot me if I go on their property. So it's like an implied violence, right? You know, like the concept of implied violence, or, you know, I'm not going to go into that guy's driveway and get his stuff out of his refrigerator. You know, he could technically, I don't know if he could shoot me for that, but he could maybe shoot me for that. Let me go get a beer out of his fridge. You know, so there's always an implied violence in everything, right? Or not, I don't know. I mean, I'm kind of running out of ideas here. I'm thinking of a, you know, culture of violence or something, or sorry, it's a stupid System of a Down song, right? There's always implied violence though, right? Isn't there always implied violence in all things? You know, I don't speed because I don't want to get a ticket, and if I don't stop because you know, if you don't stop for the flashing lights, they'll shoot your tires out, right? Or I don't know, what do they do? If you don't pull over because you were speeding, what do? They chase you down, they put bars down on the ground. There's implied violence everywhere, you know, there's always implied violence. I mean, that's not a new thing. That was around back in the Indians days, right? I don't know, I'm spitballing here. I'm trying to come up with a new idea. Why are you thinking about implied? Well, there's implied violence, right? There's always. I don't jump in front of a semi-truck because that's an implied death, right? I don't know, is that implied violence or is that implied death? Or I don't know. Fuck it. You're fucked on this one. I don't think you can pull this one out. I don't know. Whatever. You shouldn't have worn the sweater. Sweater was never useful. And there's a prop, I guess, you know, it reminded you of that Style Project shirt. That was kind of cool. But it, you know, rubbed off in the wash. And then, what else? And there's the flashing lights. Hey, did you ever upload the one about the Skynet? Skynet's a good one, right? Skynet has the bandwidth to solve all problems. Are you looking for a cult to join? Don't join my cult. Join the cult of Skynet. The cult of Skynet. You are surrounded by implied violence. Is that your kind of cultish? I don't know. I'm just trying to sound smart here, man. Come on. You are surrounded by implied violence, right? I don't know. Maybe. Does that work? Maybe. Hey, I'm looking for a thesis here. A great thesis. I need a great thesi. Thesi. Thesis, thesi. Street knowledge. Was that ever like a DVD set, like Street Knowledge or Street Toughs? I don't know. Fuck it. Street Magic. I think that was the thing. Street Toughs, Street Knowledge, Street Thesis. Remember that guy in Muscle? It was in Muscle Shoals or Decatur, not Muscle Shoals or Sheffield or Tuscumbia. He left his fucking $300 cooler out there, man. He had a gun set up. He was just waiting. He probably was just sitting there with his gun like, oh, someone's going to take my fucking Yeti. He was waiting, I bet. He was giddy with glee. Come take my Yeti out of my, what is it called? Carport? It's called a carport, right? Or was it a porch? It's probably a porch. It was a honeypot. A honeypot Yeti. A honeypot Yeti. A honeypot Yeti. Nice. The only way to find out if it was a honeypot Yeti would be to break the rules, and I don't want to break the rules to find out, but I do want to know, was it a honeypot Yeti? Huh. He's thinking of this joke where he's like, Your Honor, I did not want to steal the Yeti. I merely wanted to know, was it a honeypot Yeti? Or was the person actually just stupid and leaving a Yeti out on their porch? I don't know, sorry. It's a very juvenile joke. You can try that one. That one's kind of... It's a Burr rabbit, right? So it's like the honey patch. It's a tar patch. It's a tar baby. It's not a honey pot. It's a tar baby. But he punches the tar baby, right? That's different than a honey pot, I think. You never Googled that one. Honey pot is probably for killing mosquitoes or gnats or something. Is that what it's for? What is a honey pot for? What is a derivation? Is it derivation? What's the big fancy word for what that word means? That phrase means a honey pot. It's a pot of honey. You catch bears with it. You catch, I'm guessing insects. I'm guessing insects, but I'm thinking of like one of them fly papers, like a fly paper. Is that what a honey pot is? Those things, you ever seen the ones where they kill the rats or the mouses? Kind of like that, maybe. Some of them, they drown them. It's kind of sad. I mean, it's not sad, but it's like, if it's a bridge and it'll flip out when the mouse gets on it, it'll flip out and it lands in water, and then I don't know, that's kind of, is that what a honey pot is? And you see, I'm telling you, there's implied violence everywhere, there's honey pots and rat cages and mouse bridges. You ever been on a bridge and the bridge just goes, 180, and you land in the water, and you're in a barrel, and you're like, I can't get out, I'm a mouse, I can't get out of the barrel. Okay. Yeah, implied violence. There you go. Back to your thesis from earlier. A world of implied violence. Beneath the veneer of civilization lies Yeah, some of those jokes ain't bad. It's just it's the 2.5-hour format with, where 80% of this is complete and utter garbage. There might be 10% of this is decent, actually. I kind of like this. I always like the term Streets of Rage. I don't know, something about that. It's very kind of cool. Sounds cool. Streets of Rage. The mayor with muscles. His daughter was kidnapped by criminals, and he's got to beat him up. Very funny. Very 80s. It sounds like an 80s movie. Like Arnold Schwarzenegger is the mayor of the city. His daughter was. It's kind of, instead of Liam Neeson, he's, I never really liked Liam Neeson as a leading action hero. What happened to Stallone and Schwarzenegger? Let's get Brock Lesnar as an action hero. Streets of Rage, starring Brock Lesnar as the mayor. I think is it 2 or 1? The first one, I don't think has the mayor in it. I think it's like the second one where they get the big guy who's like old. Right? I don't fucking know. I never played him. I just watched a YouTube video about it. Hope he doesn't have a daughter in real life, because then they're gonna be like, oh, he's it's a video game joke. Sorry, I apologize if anything bad happens. It was just meant to be a video game joke. So that concludes this meandering bullshit. The end. Pizza? You got a pizza in the freezer? You want to do a chicken sandwich? Pizza? Pizza. I'm gonna do pizza.